Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and very good evening to a dear lecturer, which is the that. Okay, our group will be presented a MySQL application, WebServer, MySQL server, and also Firewall server using 3 Centos architecture. Okay, as you can see here, these are the architecture that we are going to build or configure to complete tasks. So the network actually divided into two, which is the private and also the public one. The public is for the host and also the firewall. The private is the firewall, web server, and also database server. Why the firewall has the two network? Yeah, because right here the host PC will need to go through by the firewall server in one network address, and the other one is the from the firewall to connect with the web server that has the another address. So why we configure two network here? Because the first in the firewall, EMP0S3 we are using for the public one, and for the private one we are using for EMP0S8. Let's configure our firewall server to connect with the host PC. First of all, we need to check the network adapter. Okay. For your information, the Centos firewall need to use the two adapter, and we are using the bridge adapter. Okay. Why we are using the bridge adapter? As you can see in the terminal here. When we write the if config, it will give to you the two network, which is get from the Wi-Fi home. That's why we are using the bridge adapter. Okay, so to continue our configuration of the firewall server, we need to log in as a root. First of all, we need to install HTTPD. This HTTPD for to show the web as a testing for the connection between the host PC and also the firewall server. So the installation will take some time. You can skip the conditioning yes or no by insert the -y when you type the sudo yum install httpd. Okay, to verify our installation is success, we can type systemctl start httpd, and it will start the httpd. So we need to enable it to use it. Okay, we have enabled. So to verify is it has been put up, we can type the setup cts httpd As you can see here, the status is active running, so our HTTPD is in a good condition. So the next one, we move to the configuration of our IP address. As you know, we need to have the two network, which is the public and also the private. So let's configure it. We sysconfig and B0S3. So as you can see, by default it have given you the boot proto by the DHCP. So to configure it, we need to type I as the booted insert one. So we need to put the port C method. And the next one is browser only. And right now we need to change the boot proto to the static. For this project, we are using the static IP address because it is more easy to configure. The IP address we are going to use is 192.168.0.3. Okay, and for the we are using the 192.0.3. After that, we need to configure the network address, which is 192.168.0.0, the broadcast address, which is 192.168.0.255. Oh, I forgot to configure the subnet. The subnet we're using is 255.255.255 as the prefix of 24. So we have done to configure the IP address, subnet, network, broadcast, and one more thing that we need to configure is the gateway, as the bypass connection between the firewall server and also the host. 192.168.0.1. This gateway we will get from the host PC, the CMD one. So this one not needed, so this one not needed. Okay, these all the configuration needed to configure the IP address for the EMP0S3. So we can click and save. Okay, the next one we are gonna to the configuration to the EMP0S8. Okay, why we are copy from the EMP0S3? Because the EMP0S8 is defined as the MT5. So if we want to configure, we need to copy the EMP0S3 file and paste it into the 0S8 file. Okay, this 0S8 will be configured as a private network. So we are using the 192.168.30.10. The prefix, the subnet mask stay the same, the network change, the broadcast address also change, but the gateway we are going to take the EMP0S3 as a gateway for the EMP0S8. Okay, so the name we need to change to 0S8, and also this one also 0S8. As you know, the UUID is same with the EMP0S3, so to make it different, not to make it different, that need to be different, because this is the network card cannot have the same UUID. So we can say first, later we will edit, and we will generate by using this code UUID generate EMP0S8. So it has generated the UUID for the EMP0S8. We can copy it. We can enter back the 0S8 and we can paste it here. Okay, so right now we can quit and save. So you want to see the difference between it. Okay, we will check the IP address before we restart the network. So as you can see here, it gets the IP address from the Wi-Fi router, home router, and also this also. So to make it refresh, we using the system CTL start network. So it will refresh the network card here, and it will configure back as we have configured inside the ENSP003 and also EMP0S8 and EMP0S3. I'm sorry. So after we have refresh, we can check back. Alright, as we have configured the EMP0S3 as a 0 to T and the EMP0S8 as a T10. So the configuration of these two network adapter has been done. Okay, to proceed our configuration, we will copy the IP tables from the IP6 table, IP table, and also deliver by using this code system CTL mask IP tables IP6 tables, also EB tables. Okay, and we will check our connection for the EMP0S3 and 0S8. is the connection connected. Okay, so right now we will get the active zone for the firewall cmd get active zones. So as you can see here, there's only the public as a active zone right here, and we want to configure the mp0s3 as the public one and the mp0s8 as a private. So we will state the DMZ as a public network, and also the public network inside that have been default is as the private network. Okay, so how to configure it? We need to remove the interface by using the firewall cmd remove. What we want to remove is interface emp0s3 from zone public. So we have removed the interface emp0s3 from the zone public. Right now we want to remove it permanently. Actually we can done before, but I forgot. So we have removed the interface mp0s3 as a permanently. So after we have reboot, the mp0s3 also have been removed from the zone public. So right now we need to add the mp0s3 to the new zone, which is the DMZ zone. Okay, so we can verify it by get active zone. Oh, I forgot. We need to reload first to get the changes. So after we have verified the active zone, DMZ, and also the public, we need to check the list of services for zone public and zone DMZ. As you can see here, it has the HTTP and SSH for the zone public, and for the DMZ it has the SSH. As I told before, we need to have the services for the HTTP and HTTPS to use the HTTPD. So right here we have adding the services for the HTTP and HTTPS for the zone public and also the zone DMZ. And after you have adding the services, you need to reload first to make the changes. And as you can see here, the changes already occurred. The list services has been added, the HTTP and HTTPS. So what should we do for the next one? For the next one, we need to configure the IP forward by using this command cctl t/ip_forward.com. In this text file, we need to add this line of command. IP_O ST1. That's it. Okay, and we need to give check the verify net the IPv4 the IP underscore forward is the one. Yeah, you can see here. Okay, as for the confirmation that the host PC can connect with the firewall, we will put the IP address for the EMP0S3 that we have pre-configured inside the firewall server. Yeah, it has been shown here. The Apache testing page right here. And that's how you configure firewall server to connect with the host PC. And we verify it by using the HTTP, which is the Apache web server from the firewall to the host PC. So if the host PC can be accessed to the Apache testing page from the firewall server, so the connection between them already established. Thank you.